How do we start?
Damn, I don't know. I wish I knew the words to that song. Christian Walker did a Jingle Bell Rock remix, but he called it Provider Men Rock. And he was dancing to it and shit. And I was like, actually, I need this on Spotify right now.
Oh my God. I don't know if you remember on Tumblr where there was like the girl and she was like gonna do the Jingle Bell Rock thing, and then she ended up doing like the wrong version, and it was like stroke on my, suck on my, lick on my cock.
Yes.
Well, hi everyone. I am the stack of coats on my chair that I'm looking at right now, like making eye contact with. And it's gonna tip over, but yeah, whatever.
That is so winter in New York.
It's like I can't hang them all up. I don't know which one I'm gonna need.
Whether it's a stack of your own coats or you're out somewhere and there's just a stack of coats on a chair, I think we need to bring back coat checks.
I need to have coat check in my house.
Let's wake that up.
No, my apartment has like a flex wall, so my roommate's closet is like the coat closet. Mm-hmm. So, you know.
I see.
Just love Manhattan.
Yeah. And I am the cranberry fizz poppi. Not sponsored yet. Poppi, hit our jack.
And you're listening to Mayaandfolapod Take Over the World. Episode 11. Season 1 finale. Big day.
Period. Closing out the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
How are you? What's tea?
I'm good. Much like this podcast, I too have an episode every 2 weeks. I had a little bit of one. What was it last week? Last week or the week before? I don't fucking know. The days blur together at this point. But I'm doing a little better. I came home last Friday and like I wrote in my journal and listened to Shadow Boxer by Fiona Apple and cried about it. And then by the time I was done, I was like, it's actually not that serious. And I was like, let me go do some fucking laundry and wash my wig, you know? But yeah, I'm good. Mercury's about to go retrograde.
Yeah.
And in my 7th house of relationships, and it's the holiday season. And the last time this happened, nothing interesting happened. And I just feel like if Mercury's going to go retrograde and nothing interesting is going to happen, then what the fuck? My life could use a little bit of a shakeup. You know, I would love for someone to circle back so I can tell them to kick rocks and die. You know, like, but alas, we're here. We're thriving. I got invited to my first influencer event that I'm going to next week. Very exciting stuff. And I got a really good PR offer. Both of those happened within the week. So we're just, Maya Nation, we're up. Yeah.
Big teens loading.
Yes. Fola, how are you doing?
I'm okay. I literally just found out about Mercury being in retrograde like this morning. And I was like, oh my God, maybe the shadow period was like really strong for someone because they had the audacity to reach out to me a couple weeks ago.
Boo.
Tomato.
Boo. I'm throwing the tomato crate.
The can.
And the cans.
And not just the little cans, like the big San Marzano ones.
The ones
like,
from the bear.
Whole peeled yeah. But I'm okay. I've been like doing this thing where I get to work on time and I like stay like a full work day. Like I don't leave early. And I'm honestly exhausted. It's been crazy. Like I don't know if, like I've been talking about it, but like I have a bit of a test coming up, a grad school test. So it's not like I like a sit down and answer questions on paper test. It's like a stand up in front of like 6 people who are PhDs and, you know, be like, hey guys, this is what I want to do for my thesis. So yeah, I've been tired, but like, it's fine. I don't do that a lot. And, you know, like when this whole ordeal is over, I'll be back on my bullshit back on my getting in at 10:30 and leaving at 3 the way that God intended. But yeah.
Okay. I will say I was always like, this is me being extremely nosy, but I was always curious about like what your work schedule was like, because sometimes it would be like 3:30 p.m. on a Thursday, and I'm like, Fola's home and posting a TikTok? And I was like, does she work hybrid? I think she works hybrid. I know she works remote sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you just cleared that up, that it's just an arrangement where you can leave early.
Some days I work from home, and because I do computer stuff, you know, I do bio stuff. So I have friends who like have to raise mice and like kill the mice and all that shit. And I like, you know, none of that is like necessary for me because I'm a computer girl. So yeah, but it's still hard. Just in a different way. But yeah, I've been like productive. It's crazy. Like, it's weird. And yeah, I don't do this a lot. Like, this isn't normal, but it's fine. We'll be back on our usual bullshit sooner than later. I feel like every week I'm like, tell everyone what documentary I'm watching. So I'm like, let's just keep it going. I've been watching this documentary called Murder in Boston. Have you seen the ads for it?
I think so.
It's on like HBO, and
Okay.
it's like this guy like shoots his pregnant wife for the insurance money in Boston, and he calls 911 and they're like, who shot your wife? And he was like, it was a black, like the first thing he said is it was a black guy. It was a black guy in an Adidas tracksuit. Mind you, they're in Boston. And basically the like first episode of the documentary is about like they go into like how Boston's like super segregated and how basically I think some like civil rights thing happened where they needed to like, desegregate the schools because basically like the schools in the white neighborhoods were like really pristine and doing very well, and the schools in the black neighborhoods were like very run down. So they started like busing kids into different neighborhoods and taking them to school. And it was literally like 1960s Birmingham. And I was like, I've never seen Boston like this. Damn.
Right.
So yeah, it's got a lot of tea in there. I thought it was really interesting. But yeah, the guy's like, oh, the guy who shot us, the guy himself gets shot, which is crazy. And then he's like, yeah, it was a black guy in an Adidas tracksuit. So the Boston police just go through the black neighborhoods and just like terrorize everyone. And I think they arrest a guy because he had newspaper clippings about the shooting, and he had an Adidas tracksuit soaking in the sink to wash it. In search of this imaginary black guy. But it's like the third episode hasn't come out yet. And that's like, I think the one where everyone figures it out. So I'm super excited for that. That's coming out on Monday. Yeah, ready to hear all the tea because it's crazy to me.
Ooh.
But yeah.
Did you watch the Robert Durst series on HBO?
No.
That's supposed to be really good.
I
haven't
think
seen
I put it
yet,
on my list.
Okay. Yeah, because that's what this reminded me of. But yeah, I think I'm gonna watch that soon too. So maybe we'll watch and discuss.
Period. Yes.
Yeah. That's
all right.
Just the fact that they're like a black man in an Adidas tracksuit, like.
Right. And in the documentary, they go, that was literally the black kid in Boston uniform. Like, every kid had an Adidas fucking tracksuit. So it's like, of course. And then they're just like literally chasing like black boys down after school. They're like leaving high school and they have to like hide in the gym with the principal of the school because they're like scared of the police. It's crazy.
That is so fucking nuts. That would be like if a crime happened in the West Village and they were like, it was a white girl in platform Uggs and a set active set. Like,
I was gonna say like what's it called? Like those leather blazers.
And a slick back button.
No, because I was on the M15 and literally 6 of them in a row just got off the bus. All leather blazer, leather blazer, leather blazer. And then slick ponytail. And then middle part, harsh, down. It was just like, it was incredible. I was like, wow, we love unique style. And yeah. I think that is the fastest catch up we have ever Guys, I don't know. Maybe 2024 will become an hour podcast. Who knows?
We can help that bitches have a lot to say.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
pop
So,
culture catch up.
the vibes are just miserable, but let's jump in, I guess.
Yeah, there's just so much bad relationship stuff,
Yeah.
but I feel like most of it is like kind of juicy.
Yeah.
I love mess.
Same. Exactly. Especially this time of year.
Yeah. All right. So Cardi B and Offset broke up again. I don't know why I was so shocked when I saw that news. I think it's because I saw it first thing in the morning. Yeah, I don't know why I was so shocked when I saw it. But I'm curious, like, what the future is going to look like. I think they're just going to be like or let's say like the musical, because, you know, I don't want Black people to be on my head like, oh, they're not our Will and Jada, blah, 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 blah. But I don't think that type of Black people listen to the podcast. But I feel like, and if you are, this is not space for you. I just, like, I don't know, go to Essence Fest or something. This is not for you. Those old ass bitches. Like,
stop.
But yeah, I just think that they're going to end up being like Jada and Will in the fact that they are married on paper, but the relationship is simply whatever they want it to be without being a traditional marriage, which is fine.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
And I think, honestly, I love the idea of playing with the idea of like a traditional heterosexual relationship, especially doing so in like the public eye. Like, I feel like Will and Jada is like really shaking everybody up because they're like, what the fuck? Like, I thought marriage had to look this one way. And instead it's like, people are just like, we're together, but like, you know, it is what it is. Cardi B is like a queer woman. And yeah, like, I just feel like, I don't know, not to be like representation, but representation a little bit. We love girls who break up with their boyfriend like every year. Husband.
Period.
Maya texted me this morning and she was like, or was it this morning or yesterday? I don't know. But she was like, Cardi B and Offset broke up. And I was like, did I wake up in like 2019? Like, what the fuck? What do you mean they broke up? And I was talking to Maya, I was like, oh my God, the last time I remember they broke up, like, she did a set at Rolling Loud and he like interrupted the set and like came on stage with like flowers and like it was crazy, and she was like upset, like genuinely. And then she comes out and there's like a Rolls Royce, like a customized Rolls Royce in front of the whatever, and she like gets in or whatever. Or maybe like that was her birthday present. I don't remember the details, but I just remember like him being like really lavish with her, and then hearing that they got back together, and I was like, oh. So, you know, maybe hope that he like respects her, that they like, you know, have some boundaries firmly set. It's crazy because I was just having like an Offset era after he told Bobby Altoff to like die. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, his little PR moment was really cute.
It was so good.
Now, like, with the added context that they've since split up, and Cardi B is saying they've been split up for a while, I'm like, what's going on there? What's tea? I feel like he didn't care before about what that did to his image before, so I don't see him like setting up a PR campaign for it. You know, like to preemptively thing it. I don't know. Sagittarius men are the devil.
Literally. I was just gonna say, she's a Libra, he's a Sag. I feel like that is a very like breaky uppy couple. I don't know, like, you know, in high school, that one couple that would be like, you had to ask them if they were together on a certain day. Because like, they would be like, fuck you. They'd be fighting in the hallway, and then the next day they'd be like making out in the parking lot. Like,
they literally would be a hood couple at a public school in New York City. Like, yeah.
Oh my God. Like matching puffers and Tims. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always getting picked up by truancy. Like,
not truancy. But yeah, I think, you know, like, not to be like, oh, they go well together. Like, no, I think that they like have interesting energy, and I like what they do when they are together. And I think the kids are cute. So it's like, you know, sad, I guess. But Yeah. Whatever.
Either way, they'll be fine.
Yeah. And rich, you know. Cardi B, I kind of want a Lemonade-esque moment from her, so maybe maybe she'll give us that.
Oh man.
Love it.
My queen.
Speaking of black love. Oh man. Joshua Jackson and Lupita Nyong'o spotted holding hands, coupled. They're a couple, ladies and gents. I need to just say I saw that and I threw my head back and laughed. Like it was like I'm not kidding. I did like one of those like shout laughs. Like I was just like because you know like all I can do is giggle because this man who like openly did not like his other dark-skinned black wife is now dating none other than Lupita Nyong'o. And Lupita was, I don't know if you saw, but she was like very public and she was like talking about like some guy, I guess, that she broke up with, and she was like, people disrespect you. Da, da, da. I was like, Lupita, you have an Oscar. Why the fuck are you posting vague Instagram stories?
Are you Khloe Kardashian, bitch? Oh my god. Jesus. Save it for a book or something, bitch.
Hello. A journal. Write that shit down. You're Lupita Nyong'o. You don't have a therapist?
Millennial posting on Maine about her breakup. Don't piss me off.
And I guess that goes to show no matter who you are, no matter how many accolades you've won, deep down, if you're a millennial, that shit is always going to show. I think like Beyonce, you know, sometimes I'll be like existing and then I'm like, that bitch is literally an elder millennial. And sometimes she does things that are like, I'm like, yeah.
Please tell me you saw the pictures of Beyonce at the Anne Frank Museum or some shit. Or like taking pictures in front of photos of Anne Frank.
No.
Okay, I did see that and I was like, honestly, that's like me and Nicole Brown Simpson. Nicole Brown Simpson is my Princess Diana. So like, I can't really judge her, you know?
If my ex, who I got on my knees and proposed to, popped out with Lupita, hold on, my white ex, who I got on my knees and proposed to, popped out with Lupita Nyong'o, I would jump off something very high.
Didn't he also cheat on her with a white woman? Or like there was some weird stuff about him and a white woman?
I think she was like very light-skinned. I don't think she was white. The one I saw, it was like maybe like the nanny or something. I saw something really weird on like Twitter.
Joshua Jackson, you will begin to cough in 5 days.
You will
also, Jodie Turner-Smith, she like said something weird about Will Smith after the Oscars, which like I think that's one of my bars for a celebrity and whether or not I like them or not, because just if you're being cringe on Maine, I think that's really embarrassing. Like I remember reading this review of the first season of White Lotus, and they were talking about Sydney Sweeney and Brittany O'Grady's characters, and they were like, yeah, they're a really good portrayal of what it means to be a young person at this time, because with millennials, they specifically thought that they were very much like, you know, fighting for like social justice and stuff, whereas Gen Z's view is if you aren't socially aware, you're cringe. And I think it's kind of like that for me in the fact that if you don't know what to say, if you don't know how to say the right thing at the right time, that's cringe to me.
Right.
Especially something like Will Smith and the Oscars because it wasn't that fucking serious.
It wasn't that serious, and you didn't have to say shit about it. That's the thing.
Nobody on Twitter was like, I wonder what Jodie Turner-Smith and Sophia Bush have to say about Will Smith
and
slapping Chris Rock.
Judd Apatow.
Also, wait, was Jodie Turner-Smith the one in that Lena Waithe movie?
Yes. With Daniel Kaluuya. And apparently it was really bad. I never gave it my eyeballs, but
I suddenly feel a little bit less bad for her.
Yeah. You know, I think it was like when I heard that she like proposed to him and like sister, do better. Like, want more for yourself.
Right.
But yeah, like, what does Joshua Jackson even do? He was like in Little Fires Everywhere.
He was?
I think. Maybe I'm confusing him with another white man. I very much could.
Getting
Oof.
on your knees to propose to any man. My feminism stops way before that,
Like
if we're
a
being quite
mile
honest.
before. Hold on, this man is from Canada.
When you think of heterosexual marriage as a construct, right?
Right.
Very often, like, men meet women and they're like, oh, like, you're great, whatever, and then they get married. If they have kids, then the woman is usually responsible for the child rearing.
Right.
And to me, it's like, you're going to ask a man to marry you so that you can be his slave and to take care of his children.
Right.
It's not computing to me at all. It's not computing to me at all. Especially because men don't have to do fucking anything at any time.
Exactly. That should be the one thing.
That's like one of like the 7 things we ask them to do.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm gonna propose to him. Like, I'm gonna propose. Like,
no.
I think I'm gonna propose that you take a hard look in the mirror and read fucking, I don't know, Andrea Dworkin and get a fucking grip. Why are we proposing to men? I feel like Christian Walker right now. Literally, why the fuck would you ever do that?
Oh my God.
Why would you ever do that?
And it's like she did that and now they're divorced. Ooh, I'd be sick. Ooh.
Yeah, I would have to change my name and my face.
Like,
because
oh my God.
Because, and let me not get into a fight with her because I would be like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought the bitch who proposed to her white husband, who cheated on her, said something.
Who's now fucking Lupita Nyong'o. Oh, don't they have a kid?
I think so.
I remember they were pregnant. Yeah.
I know her ops are giggling in the group chat, and I'm one of them.
I was like, who do I pick in a cage match? I'm kind of a Lupita girl. Unfortunately, I loved Us. I was scared. She really freaked me out.
I think that's on Netflix. Because I looked it up earlier because I was thinking of Hands Across America and I was like, I gotta rewatch Us. And I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix. I'm pretty sure
yeah, because I think Get Out's on there too. Yeah.
V1.
Big movie era.
Blacks rule.
That's like, I don't know if you saw that thing that was like, it was like in Massachusetts, it was like a flag. It was like the Palestinian flag. And then it said Harvard hates Jews. And then it was like, they were like, this is anti-Semitism. They're like, it's a protest, I guess, against anti-Semitism, but it was like paid for by like a Jewish student group. And I don't know. I don't know the details of it, but it reminded me of Black's Rule, which is probably my favorite picture ever on Earth.
I was like, honestly, why are you gonna eat that? Like,
Black's Rule. It's the Mark Ruffalo gif of him going.
Oh my goodness. Should we talk about Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so honestly, the details are still a little bit fuzzy because something that I've learned about myself in the last couple of years is that I'm somebody who like has very strong opinions about things. Mm-hmm. And I either very much like something or very much don't like something. But something that I've learned in the last couple of years as well is that I really do need to pay attention to the things that I am absolutely indifferent to, because the fact that my body gives me nothing when I see certain things in certain people, that actually says a lot. Because you are not invoking anything in me. I can be invoked pretty easily.
Right.
So it's like, what's wrong with you? Benny Blanco is that to me. If I saw that man on the street, I would not know a thing. And similar to Selena Gomez, and as a fellow severely mentally ill girly, I like understand why she does the things that she does, but I just feel like she has the access and the resources to not get herself into the situations that she's in literally fucking weekly at this point. Just buy one of those boxes that makes you lock up your phone. why are you literally on the internet embarrassing yourself every 3 to 5 days?
And it's like, you're rich. You're so rich.
Rich and a loser.
If I was rich, I would literally never be on social media ever again in my life, unless I had to be. Like, I'm on social media now because I'm bored and it's free and I'm broke. If I was rich, I'd be fucking climbing mountains and shit and playing tennis against, like, Serena Williams. And she'd be beating the shit out of me, but I'd be like, I'm just grateful to be here. Back to Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco. I'm going to keep it a buck. I just learned who this man was probably 2 days ago. And I saw people were like, oh my God, I can't believe she's dating Benny Blanco. I was like, who the fuck is that?
Literally.
Every week, there's a new person. And I'm supposed to just have an opinion about that. I'm like, I can't. It's too many. It's too much.
The non-blacks, like, they really just live in a different world, honestly. I'm like, literally, who and what the fuck is a Benny Blanco?
Like, what's his deal?
Yeah. I will say, though, that, like, the relationship could care less about it. I'm hoping he'll distract her a little bit and she'll stop getting into social media scandals, but obviously not right now.
Right.
But basically, she, like, got into some internet beef because people were talking and speculating about her being in a relationship with him or whatever. And then somebody commented and they're like, oh, so you can defend your little situationship, but you can't, talk about Palestine. Ooh. And she was like, you're right. So just... She definitely has, like, foot in mouth syndrome, and I really think she needs to get that sorted out because it's really, really embarrassing. Like, because she could have stuck to doing her little mental health thing and her makeup thing. I would have loved that for her. She could just chill.
Right.
But she just keeps putting herself in these situations, and I'm like, what are we doing here, sister?
Yeah.
Mm.
That's true. Yeah. I was like, I thought all the girls were pro Selena Gomez at the beginning of the year when everyone was beating up on Hailey Bieber for
right.
I don't even know why. Yeah, unfortunately, y'all let that white girl get the last laugh.
Yeah.
It's crazy work.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, one of them is married to Justin Bieber and one of them is in a situationship with a nigga named Benny Blanco. Which sounds like he would be a character in a low budget film about gangs in New York in the early 2000s.
I was gonna say he sounds like a Breaking Bad character. I've never, like, watched Breaking Bad all the way through, but it just it makes sense to me. But yeah, like, happy for her. Sorry that happened. I don't know. Flip a coin, I guess. Yeah. And next up.
Brother.
Jonathan Majors.
Boo.
I'm dropping the San Marzano tomatoes on him. Boom, boom, boom.
I will say, going back to what I said about, like, being indifferent, having to listen to my indifference, never saw it for him. Everybody was gassing him up on the timeline. I'm like, okay. Woo! Big, muscly black man. Woo!
Yeah.
Like, okay.
I think, like, when Lovecraft Country came out, I was like, oh, who is this guy? And I was like, I thought he was a decent actor. That was, like, 2020? And so then but it's like one of those things where he got, like, overexposed and he was, like, in everything. It's like he walked around and was, like, fucking wearing, like, one of those hats like he was in Newsies. I was like, what the hell is this? And it was just like, why am I seeing him so much? Like, I'm trying to think of someone else who got, like, overexposed like that just, like, pissed me off. I don't know. Maybe Julia Garner. Take a shot every time I say Julia Garner.
Let's put that on the bingo board.
I feel like it's once an episode of, like, fuck that bitch. But yeah, because she was in everything at the beginning. Right. It was like 2022. Every week it was like a new project. And I was like, oh my God, shut the fuck up. Same thing about Jonathan Majors. Like, he's supposed to be, like, the big villain of the Avengers. I'm like, Marvel, interesting choice to make this black man. No, I'm just kidding. Well, first it was that purple guy, Men of Color, as the ultimate villain of the Avengers.
Please. Okay, but also he turned out to be an ultimate villain in real life. So maybe someone at Marvel maybe they had a little premonition and they were sending us a message.
They were like, the vibes are rancid.
Yeah, they're like, maybe let's make him the villain. In like the corporate Aaron voice.
I love they're corporate like, Aaron.
That's my sister, actually.
So I think we need to like circle back. I don't know. Oof. Gags me every time. She needs to be on like Abbott Elementary.
Yes, let's get her on the pod too.
Get her on the pod. But yeah, I think here's the thing. Like I was a Marvel girl, I guess, until like 2019. And then I was like, okay, it's wraps. Like I'm over it. And then, you know, they're doing this whole new thing. They've got like 16 TV shows that you have to watch to understand the movies, and then blah, blah, blah. And like Jonathan.
And isn't there like 70 fucking movies anyway?
It's ridiculous. Like it's genuinely ridiculous. And I think the only people who can keep up with it now are like the diehards, which is why like, I guess Marvel didn't have a movie that like, I think hit like $1 billion this year in gross. And usually every year for the past like few, they've been doing that. And so it's like they're in their flop era right now. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, because we have to watch fucking Glorp Shitto number 3 to know what the fuck is happening in the oh, did you know what happened in the Ant-Man movie to the like I don't know.
It's giving cult.
It's like, and it's just there's so much lore. Honestly, I don't really understand how they did the time travel thing where they like that part still got like is like still confuses me. So I just like tapped out.
We need to break up that fucking conglomerate.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking serious.
Bob Iger.
It's
I'm gonna give you a knuckle sandwich. No, him and David Zaslav. I want to be in a cage match with them, and I want it to be like I want it to be like WWE wrestling, where I like bang my body against the ropes.
I'm imagine you in your little boxing outfit, like that one episode of fucking iCarly. Fola.
Oh my god. Did you see this thing of like Olivia Rodrigo and Adam Driver, and they were like, this is literally Spencer? Oh my god. The way iCarly raised us, we wouldn't be here talking shit on Zoom into microphones if it wasn't for iCarly. But yeah, what the fuck was even... We're talking about Jonathan Majors. You see how, like, much indifference there is there, like...
Right. I just, like, never saw it for the doll. I did start a list, like, 3 years ago, and it was just, like, people I never saw it for. Just so I can keep track for... And honestly, I'm pretty consistent.
That's
so I really need to... I'm gonna revamp it for 2024. But he should have been on there, in theory. And just, I was like, okay, he's like a soft, masculine rock man. All right. I'm tired of the men want to be soft too rhetoric, because you guys literally invented the systems that made it. Right. So
like, you guys can't be soft. And end patriarchy. Don't be a bitch.
Right. And then also he was just always running around dressed like he was in the fucking Prohibition era. Like he was going to be in a Model T driving to a tenement to make bathtub gin. Yeah, and I'm just gonna say, I think we've had to talk about an abuser at least once a week.
Sorry. It was like one after the other. Prohibition era in his Model T to go to the tenements to make bathtub gin. Oh my god. That was like a good. That was good for my abs and like my core. But yeah, no, like he literally looks like he, you know, was like there during segregation. Like when they were deciding what to segregate, he was like standing there going, "Oh no, that's really messed up."
I'm imagining him in like a white, like loose sleeve blouse with this like brown suspenders and pants. But yeah, just like this construction era ass. But like, and just, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really tired of having new abusers to talk about on this podcast every week.
Every week.
Men, for 2024 and just like for the rest of your lives, instead of taking out your anger on women in all the ways, emotionally, physically, sexually, whatever, in the most micro ways and like the larger ways, if you guys want to copy what we're doing so badly, you guys want to paint your nails, you guys want to wear tote bags, you guys want to wear skirts, why don't y'all internalize your rage like the rest of us?
Hello, take it out on yourself.
Why do you think there's no female school shooters?
Well, now he's
I had a bad week last week. You know what I did? I walked home in the dark listening to Cellophane all week, and I went to the beauty supply store and spent $18 to make myself feel better.
That's like spending $100,000 at Walmart. Like going to Whole Foods and being like, take my savings. Take it all. $18
really
at the beauty supply? What the fuck did you buy? Like an aisle?
I really needed a hair serum for my wig. Really? I know the black girls love the edge booster and they had it by the counter, and I'm very susceptible to a point of purchase item. So I bought that. And then there was an edge brush and I was like, I guess, they go together real bad. And then I bought some hair ties. I feel like I bought some other stuff too, but it's escaping me right now.
Right.
And the hairspray was the Afoji, the brand that makes the protein treatment. So it's like salon grade stuff, I think. So it was kind of expensive. But yeah, I had a little shopping spree. I wasn't fucking beating people up.
Yeah.
And projecting my issues onto women. So,
like,
maybe we'll abuse a coping mechanism.
Men get a grip 2024. How about that?
Honestly, I was thinking the other day, I think we need to just start socializing men emotionally the way that we socialize women. Internalize your emotions. Everything is your fault.
Shame. So
exactly.
Much shame.
Yes. That is it exactly.
It's like you tell women, oh my God, you're so emotional, but also shut the fuck up about the emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to like write down like descriptors of the ways that women are socialized and then flip them back.
Yes. Double it and give it to the next person.
I saw it on like Twitter. I saw people being like, he's innocent. Da, 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 da. I don't know. There was some like TMZ video. Some audio leaked. I honestly just like didn't even really give enough of a fuck to like pay attention to what was going on. The only thing I saw was the TMZ video where he was running, and boy, did he take off.
I can give you the spark notes of the content that you missed if you're
interested. Yeah, please.
Okay, so the audio, first off, how are you abusive but you sound like a 17-year-old boy? I literally had more bass in my voice than he did. It was the audio of him telling white English or Australian shorty that she needed to be like Coretta or Michelle Obama. Yeah. And I was like, that's crazy because Martin Luther King was a civil rights leader and Barack Obama, issues aside, went to Harvard and was the leader of the free world for about 8 years. What did you do besides be in a flop HBO Max show that came out in fall 2020? A period of time that virtually did not exist because we were months into the pandemic. An unremarkable HBO show. That is almost an oxymoron.
And it was bad. Lovecraft Country was bad.
Let's wake up.
I'll say it with my chest.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I think I heard like a little piece of it and she was like, yes, sorry. Yeah. Like in her accent. She was like, yeah, babe. Yeah. I was like, please, sister.
And then the video was literally like security cam footage of him using his entire body to try to force her into a car. And then I think she like fought him back and then he ran off and like she was chasing after him or something like that. I don't know. So I wish all abusers a very much burn in hell. I hope actually if it were up to me, I would light all of them on fire myself one by one. That would give me so much joy.
I don't know. I saw tweets and they were like, he's innocent. He didn't do it. Look, he was running away from her. How could he's the abuser when he was running away? You might as well just give me a lobotomy. The brain cells that were damaged by trying to like read these justifications from Twitter, made my stomach hurt.
It's fucking crazy. And just like the way that men will waste no time going to the defense of other men.
Ooh,
or switching to stand men once they get accused of domestic violence. It's like,
it's crazy.
I think you guys need to unpack that, and I think you guys need to like examine your father wounds. Because why are you writing so hard for these men who don't know that you exist and also enacted violence on women? Because it's no way that y'all loosely understand that like you're worried about your mom, your sisters, I was gonna say female friends, but
Barely
no woman worth a damn has male friends, for be honest. Or they have like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
You know, like you guys understand that women are at risk of quote unquote other men, and you guys swear that you and your friends aren't abusers and you guys aren't inflicting pain on women, then it's like, who's flying the plane? Who's doing the abusing if you guys aren't abusive and every woman is lying and blah 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 blah, but also like you need to be worried about the women in your lives and their safety. Who is doing the abusing?
Because it's literally your friends, if not you yourself. It's your friends, and you watch it happen and you hear them talk about it very flippantly and you say, haha, oh, you're crazy, dog. That's funny. It's never like, maybe you shouldn't be hurting women like that. But, you know, they're afraid to get called like a bitch by the boys. Everything for the boys. So.
But also, like, I think we're giving male friendships a little bit too much credit because, you know, there's all that data about how men base their friendships on like shared activities and stuff, and they don't know each other's names, birthdays, blood type, fucking astrology sign, whatever. So, like, I think it's very generous to even be like, you know, like their homeboy called them a bitch.
True.
I think we just got to start over. I'm sorry. Like it just, literally, I think we're done for.
Give us an asteroid. Send the asteroid.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Send it to like Twitch or something. I don't know. Wherever they be hanging out. Well, this is like a cheeky note to end on. I don't know their fucking last names, but if you listen to the podcast, you know who we're talking about. TJ and Amy, I almost said the morning show. The fucking Good Morning America couple that was cheating on their wives and they're interracial, whatever. But yes, you know, TJ and Amy, they're on Good Morning America. They were cheating on their spouses with each other for like years and years and years.
Yeah.
And they eventually got divorced. Apparently, TJ's wife and Amy's husband, or like their ex-partners, are now dating themselves. Messy boots.
I love it. I for one love it. I saw it and I giggled. I was like, oh, that is hilarious. And I know TJ and Amy are probably sick as hell because I feel like the way that they were in that relationship, like they were like, we're the only 2 people who are going to be happy as a result of this.
Yeah.
You know? And so I think it's like, I don't know, just the way that like I would imagine justifying it. And like now you see that like your spouses are doing well and they have each other. Like as in they don't like they're not pining for you anymore. Like, I don't know. I just feel like whatever goes on in like a cheater's brain, like I feel like I'd find, I don't know, the math to like make it that this is like a bad thing for them. Apparently they have a podcast together and it's mid. So
I would like to hear their cheating stories. I love mess. Give me a compelling narrative and I'm there.
Yeah. That was like this time last year, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Like the cheating. That was so fun.
Bring back Scandal.
We need more fights. We need more cheating.
We've been talking a lot. I feel like me and Fola this week have been talking a lot about just couples that are toxic, but the partners absolutely belong together. This is another one of them.
Real.
The 2 of them, they just... Every pot really does have its lid, guys. So...
Some lids can go on multiple pots. All right.
Jinx. Today we're talking about Christmas. Of course. Yeah. Fola, tell me about Christmas. Tell me about Christmas and your relationship to Christmas.
I think I have a really like interesting relationship to Christmas as a POF person of Florida. I talk about it all the time, but like, you know, when you're in school and they're like, this is winter, they're like, here, draw winter. And like, they're telling us to draw like snowflakes and like snowmen, like shit we've
Mhm.
never seen
Mhm.
as little children living in Tampa Bay. And I don't know. So it was like there was always like, and just like watching movies and stuff and being like, oh my God, the snow, the sleds, like all that stuff. Like I've never done that. Like I didn't know that like the ponds like actually froze over and people actually like skated on them until like I was almost an adult. I thought they just
Please.
made that shit up. But yeah, like I don't know. I feel like consuming Christmas as like one thing, but then experiencing it as another thing. My family and I
Mhm.
went to fucking West Palm Beach one Christmas. Like,
Please.
and I think we tried to make like a sand guy.
That's so cute.
So yes, it's like, yeah, it's like it wasn't until I was like I moved for college that I was like, oh my God, this is what snow is like. I had to like find the right type of boots to wear, and all that stuff. So I think it's like interesting journey, I'd say,
Mhm.
because it's like, yeah, like I've like evolved, like my relationship to Christmas has evolved. Like now I like understand, you
Mhm.
know, like the days getting shorter and like Christmas being like this little light right before the hell that is January and February.
Right.
Um, because in January and February in Florida, it was like the skies were blue and it was like 60 degrees on a bad day.
Mhm.
And so, but like, because it's like in Florida, it's like hurricane season and not hurricane season. So, um, so like the, you know, those early months of like, the winter months was like, oh, it's just nice out. But I still like ended up liking Christmas like for what it was. I was thinking about when I was younger, we went to the mall, like it was an outdoor mall because Florida, and they had like a big ass Christmas tree, and then they had these like this like fake foam snow that like sprayed down on all of us.
Not it spraying down,
They were like, this is
please.
a winter wonderland, bitch.
I'm imagining you going to see Santa and the Santa is just an alligator in a Santa costume.
uh, if you look at our Christmas pictures, because we would go to see Santa and we would like be wearing jorts and tank tops. And mind you, Santa's wearing a full fucking like he's still in costume. Yeah, like sidebar, my friend Zuri worked at she was like a photographer at the mall and I guess people took Easter pictures and she was the bunny sometimes. Oh my God. Yeah, but like shout out to the mall. I liked Christmas. I like Christmas movies. My mom would still like try to make things holiday-ish. We'd exchange gifts like in our like Nigerian community, which was really fun. And my mom always got those big ass popcorn tins with like the caramel and the cheesy and the like regular butter popcorn.
Yeah.
And there were like hella Christmas lights. I feel like
Mhm.
Florida was like, there's no snow. So we
Yeah.
get to just go crazy with Christmas lights.
Yeah.
Especially like at the front of our like subdivision, we had these
Mhm.
like reindeer and they would go down and eat to the grass, but they were like lights. I don't know, it was so
Mhm.
weird, but they were cute. Yeah. And they give us like reindeer food. Did you ever have to
Ooh.
do that to like sprinkle on the lawn? For the
I don't
reindeer
think
to eat while
so.
Santa Claus was coming into your house. It was
Okay,
so
well,
cute.
I did grow up in New York, so that seems like where I would.
Very true. Very true. But you know what's hilarious? When they'd be like, Santa's coming down your chimney. Who the fuck in Florida has a chimney? Quick. I didn't know people like lit fires in their houses like for real. I thought it was like
Right.
I thought they were kidding. Everyone has like a furnace that's like a TV screen.
Please.
Or you just put shit in front of your furnace. Like it's not like, oh my God, I use this to heat my home. Like
Right. Like, girl, is
um,
this Little Women? But yeah, I remember like learning about the concept of Santa coming down the chimney as a kid. And I was like, well, I don't have a chimney in my house. And I remember just like for a couple weeks just looking around to see if any of my neighbors had like a chimney. And you know how some houses have kind of like it's like a long square thing, but it's very, very small and very like narrowish. I remember seeing one of those like on my drive home from school with my mom, and I was like, how the fuck is that nigga gonna fit in there? Like, I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
How do the people in my neighborhood, like, or in my like apartment building, like tell the kids about Santa? And then I was like, maybe they tell him he comes down like the trash chute.
Yeah.
I think that's really beautiful. But yeah, I like a lot of Christmas movies. I like Last Holiday, Queen Latifah. She did her big one there. I also like Christmas movies that like aren't necessarily Christmas movies, but they're Christmas movies because they take place during Christmas, like Eyes Wide Shut and Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
Very good. When I was younger, it was like a lot more fun, clearly, but now it's just like me buying shit for my mom, and then my mom buying stuff for me, my dad, and my brother, and then me being like, personally being like, here's your present from me to you. Those two men had nothing to do with this. Mom,
period.
I gave this to you.
I know that's right.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm like kind of in my Grinch era, low key. Like my exam is like just stressing me the fuck out. But I decided I'm gonna do like makeup Christmas after the exam. So I'm gonna buy myself whatever I want, and then basically from the exam until the end of April, I'm just gonna ball out because it'll be, it'll be like celebration, and then I'll roll it into like my birthday.
You're a genius, I fear.
Yeah, real big. Yeah. So yeah, that's me. You?
I feel like we don't have enough representation for Christmas in places where it doesn't snow.
Exactly.
Because it's really escaping me. I'm like, when have I ever seen Christmas take place in a place that was warm? It's not like, I'm thinking, what, fucking Full House? Like, I don't know.
Exactly. Wait, have you seen that movie Tangerine?
I don't think so.
Put it on the list. It's literally about these like sex workers in LA on Christmas. So it's like,
ooh, that sounds fun.
Not snowy, but it's Christmas Eve, and so they're like running around and like wearing like very thin sweaters, and I don't know, it was really good. It's by the guy who made The Florida Project. So if you've seen that,
gotcha. Okay.
Heartbreaking. But yeah, we do need more. Yeah, just more like representation for Floridians. Like I was talking about this, like how they're like, oh, fireflies come out in the summer. I've never seen a fucking firefly in my life. They like would make us draw them. And I'm like, we need to draw fucking love bugs. Do you guys have love bugs?
I don't think so.
The two bugs that stick together. It's actually crazy. They're like two-ended bugs and they stick together, and we like would pull them apart. And I guess one of them is like dependent on the other. So if you pull them apart, one of them dies. Their like blood system is attached to the other bug. But I don't know. Like, yeah, you should have been drawing those in school instead of fucking love, or what is it, fireflies? Because I just saw my first firefly in like July.
I love their Florida culture. I feel like at one point we need to do a pot trip to Tampa.
Yeah.
So I can learn all about Fola's lore. And then when I someday get a car, I'll teach you about South Brooklyn lore. And we'll go on a South Brooklyn tour.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes.
Maya.
Oh my God. I fucking love Christmas. I grew up obviously in the Northeast in New York. And I grew up in a 2-family house where me, my mom, and my siblings lived in one unit. And then my grandparents and my aunt lived in the other unit. And we take Christmas very, very seriously in my house. And we're just very big, like, gift people. I came home today. My grandma and my aunt were putting up the tree and fighting about the lights. And when I was younger, my grandparents used to decorate outside of our house and put up lights and like put little like window decals in the window and stuff. And I love gifts, and I love the lights, and I love red and green. I wrote on here that I love snow, which is not the fucking truth. I love hot chocolate. I love Christmas music. And yeah, so when I was younger, basically we would get up first because like we were like the kids of the house, and we would get up with my mom and open gifts with my mom at like 8:30. And then we would wait until it was an appropriate hour to wake up my grandparents and my aunt to open gifts upstairs. And that was usually like 9:30 or 10. And then we would kind of like all go our separate ways for like an hour and a half and just chill. And like all the kids would play with all of our stuff and like wear our clothes and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we'd all have breakfast together, and then we'd have Christmas dinner together.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just like, I grew up on your Christmases. I've never spent a Christmas anywhere else. I was supposed to go to Las Vegas for Christmas last year, but that was a whole thing. Yeah, I just love Christmas in New York. It's really something I don't ever get tired of. Like my dad's a big driver, so he would drive us to Midtown to go see the tree all the time. When I got older, I started going to, because Saks Fifth Avenue is right across the street from the tree.
Right.
I found out that Saks Fifth Avenue has a light show. That might be a more recent thing, but they do this really beautiful light show like every 15 minutes for all of December. And I love seeing that. And it really just feels, it's just so magical. And it really does feel like you're in a Christmas in New York movie. And every year, my sisters and I do a Christmas tour where we go to see the tree, and then we go to Saks, and we like to go see all the windows and all the lights and stuff. And we're going to do that this year. And yeah, I'm a Christmas girly, IDK.
That's
I don't know.
Cute.
Yeah. Oh my God. Can I share a Christmas unpopular opinion?
Tell me.
Since we're here. I feel like I told you this, but maybe I didn't. Matching pajamas as a concept terrifies me. I don't like it. It's very specifically the concept of a husband and a wife and their kids all wearing the same pajamas. And I know this is definitely related to like my interpersonal relationship trauma, but to me, it's like, why aren't we all being our own individuals?
Right.
And why isn't this woman who is a wife and a mom her own person? It just, something about it just feels really unsettling to me. I don't like it. Also, like, why are my husband and my 4-year-old wearing the same pajamas?
Damn. It should be more like how the Cheetah Girls had like their own color.
Yes.
You know? I think more people need to like take that on conceptually.
Yeah, like I think I'm more of like a color coordination kind of girl. And like when I imagine myself doing Christmas with my family in the future, like I'm going to be wearing my bad bitch pajamas. That's for sure. My husband and my kids can wear whatever the fuck they feel like because we're all our own people.
Exactly.
You know? And that's fine. And I don't know. I think also just matching pajamas and the whole concept of like, I want to be in matching pajamas this holiday season. I don't like it. I'm sorry. I'm a hater. I hate fun. And I'm sorry. I want to wear my own outfit. I'm not the rest of you bitches. Just making sure everyone knows I'm different. Like,
I also don't like wear pajamas. I wear like XXL Kirkland shirts to bed. So I just feel like, oh, we're doing Christmas. Like it wouldn't be authentic to me.
Right.
Authentic pajamas is me in a big ass shirt that touches my knees and my bonnet.
And it also just feels like, are you guys wearing matching pajamas because you want to wear matching pajamas, or are you wearing matching pajamas so you can post a picture on Instagram? So you can post on Instagram. That's why you're doing, like, it's fine. And it's fine. Unsettling. I don't judge you. Right. I don't judge that, but it's just like, you know, like we all need to like re-examine, like, are we doing things because we want to do them or because we want to be seen doing them? Or because the internet is making us feel like we have to do them.
When Maya and I do our PhD thesis defense episode where we sit here and just talk about the internet. And yeah, I was listening to you talk about the Christmas tour, and I was thinking about how we would like, there was this family that we would go visit every Christmas, and like the on the way to their house, it was like a lot of houses with like big front yards. Like they had like just like an acre of land. And they would have like full ass like lights, like nativity scene, and it was just like so pretty. And I was like, oh my god, like yeah, we would like go and be like, oh my god, the lights. It was like a 20-minute drive, and it was like we would like literally just, the best part about going to this people's house was like the lights. And
that's so real.
They had those, I don't know if you ever had the SpongeBob candy canes.
Oh, of course.
They had those on the fucking tree, and bitch, I would bust down on like 6 of them. It was so good. I'm
imagining your mouth like mad purple.
I was mouth was like blue. I was like, one thing about me, you know, I didn't even mention this, but like I'm a candy cane girl down.
Did you ever
I
have
don't
the Jolly
know.
Rancher ones?
Of
The Jolly Rancher
course.
candy canes?
Maya,
I need
I'm
to
a
go pick up a
sour.
box.
I'm a sour. I'm a sour girl. Of course. Of course. Of course I
I'll
tell
pick
my
up a box
mom.
from Dwayne Reed.
I would say those, please. Thank you. But yeah, oh my God. And like I don't know what it was. Like I loved like sucking on a candy cane and then making it like a sharp and pointy like
You were
tip.
such an Aries ass bitch.
I would always, I don't know, I just love that shit. Like you make it like sharp and pointy and then you pull down the little sleeve a little bit and you just like, you know, a little Christmas shiv. How else are you supposed to eat a candy cane?
Tea.
You want me to chomp on it? No.
I would like break it up into little pieces or like something.
Really? I would, no, yeah.
Oh my God, did you ever do a Christmas show at your school when you were a kid?
Yeah. Like I was in the chorus, 2nd and 3rd grade.
I was in chorus too.
And then I was in the percussion ensemble, 4th and 5th grade. Because I said, actually, I'm done with the singing girls. I don't want to wear a cummerbund and bow tie. And they'd have to wear like a button down, like a long sleeve button down. I'm like, we're in Florida. I know those kids are sweating down. Meanwhile, the percussion ensemble kids, we just had like our cool little t-shirts and it was so fun. I'm thinking back now because it was like different music groups. So there was like the 2nd and 3rd grade chorus, and then there were the handbells. And then, so while the handbells were setting up, we, like the percussion girls, would like go on the stage and like set up the instruments. We'd set up the xylophones and shit. And we would think we were being so like sneaky and like low key. Like, oh my God, they're gonna be so gag. And then, I don't know, like the percussion part, you know, we always got the cheers. You know,
I know that's right.
They loved us. And we played, what's it called? Carol of the Bells. And I played the big xylophone. You know what I'm talking about? Like the bass bars where it's like each thing of the xylophone is its own like cube of wood. So I played that and I was like, dun, 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 dun.
I know, Baby Fola sounds so cool.
Yeah, she's cooler than I am.
At my elementary school, we would do a Christmas show every year. And we had like the school chorus. That was like 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, I think. And they would perform. And then also like, I think each grade, because I went to like a pretty big elementary school. Like there might have been like 8 classes of like at least 30 kids in each.
Yeah.
And I think each grade might have had their show on like a different day and time or whatever, but we'd usually sing, and then like each individual class would like do their own performance, and like your teacher would be like, this is what you're gonna wear, this is what we're gonna sing, and then like the kids, I don't know who like got picked to do it, but like we would like draw and color stuff to like decorate the auditorium, which was really cute. And I think like Christmas cheer when you're younger, like it's obviously like much better, but specifically like Christmas cheer and the way it manifested in school was just so fun. I feel like the last day before break and you would just watch movies all day,
wear
eat
pajamas
snacks
and eat and have hot cocoa. Did you guys do Polar Express parties?
I don't think so.
Maya.
I don't think so. We would usually just do a party.
It was like a Polar Express watch party. Like they would, during the hot chocolate scene, they would pull out the hot chocolate, and the PTA moms would be in there like serving, and I feel like they worked really hard to like make our Christmas feel legitimate. I don't know, but yeah, they would go all out, and like you just watch Polar Express on like, you know, the TV on the fucking cart in elementary school, and yeah, those are the times, man.
Right.
Now I'm in credit card debt every Christmas. It's like, fuck. Shit's crazy.
Tea. Oh, I love Christmas so much.
I love it. I think it's just, I love a gift. I love any excuse to get a gift. I love it. I'll be like, oh, this is my Christmas gift to myself. It's like 17 things. It's like, well, I deserve them. Thank you.
Okay, my family started using an app for our Christmas list because traditionally we'd like when I was younger we'd all write them and spread them around. And when we all got phones, we'd all text them to each other. There was one Christmas where my mom and I were having a verbal conversation. She was like, yeah, I really want to get an Amazon Alexa for Christmas, whatever. And so I got her one. And then my stepdad, boo, tomato cans. He also got her an Amazon Alexa. And he was like, oh, well, I already got her one, so you need to return yours. And I was like, actually, you fuck ass nigga. I bought hers first because we had a conversation about it in person. Right. And here's the screenshot of the text where she also told me 3 weeks ago that she wanted an Amazon Alexa. And because he is a big crybaby ass bitch, a fragile loser and wannabe, his rationale was, oh, but I already like paid to get a gift wrap, so I have to give it to her. I'm sure you can send it back. So my mom was just like, oh, look, I'll just have 2 Alexas, blah, 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 blah. But that caused such drama in my family that we now use an app where everyone like uploads their Christmas list every year.
Okay. Like people check stuff off.
Yeah, you like reserve what you're going to get and you say if you purchased it or not. It's really efficient, which I'm very happy for.
That's really great.
Yeah, being an adult and like having free will and money is hard because I just buy myself everything anyway. But then in like September, I started jotting things down that would make a good Christmas gift. And once my mom gave the okay to put the gifts up on Giftster, my shit was in there 10 minutes later. So
that's so real.
What are you asking for Christmas this year?
This is like what I'm asking myself for Christmas. Pretty much anything in my Essence wish list. I have a lot of shit in there, so I just like to press purchase on one. I want one of those, you know, those like headbands that they wear like this that are like fuzzy.
Mm-hmm.
I want one of those, or they're like cover people's ears or something. I don't know. I just feel like this winter, like I have like a vision for the way that like I'm going to work in the cold months. Okay. I also want some tortoiseshell sunglasses. I have like a big pair of black sunglasses, and I have like a pair that I got from Amazon of tortoiseshell sunglasses, but like, you know, I want some like big girl ones, like from a designer. I also want a journal, like for my reading. I was talking to Maya about this. But when I was younger, my mom, like if I read a book, she would make me like write a summary of it. And I'd be like, fuck you, mom. Like, I don't want to write this shit. Da, da, da. And now I'm like, okay, she was kind of cooking, because I would love to have like a physical log of all the things I read and when I read them and how I felt about them at the time. So yeah, I want one of those. I kind of want mugs, like for beverages. I don't drink tea. I have like one mug in my cabinet, and it's like when people come over, they use it. If I'm like really sick, I drink, from them. But yeah.
That's funny to hear you say that, because my family's like a huge mug family. As an individual, I probably have like 10 by myself. And then like we're just very much... yeah, we're just mug people. My sister has a whole collection of mugs. Like, I have to stop buying her them. My grandma has a million upstairs in our kitchen. Like, we're huge mug people. So,
no, in my house in Tampa, it's like hella mugs, because when you go to like a Nigerian party, like they always like make something for you to take home. Like even if it's a wedding, if it's someone's birthday, if it's a funeral, like you will have a souvenir. So a lot of the times they're like mugs. And so it'll be like Mrs. Adesanya's 50th birthday. And what's funny about my parents is like, I would buy my dad like a mug for like Father's Day or whatever. And he, like for his tea, because like my parents are like, you know, they lived in Inuit land and they're Nigerian, so they like, you know, have that British colonization in them. They love a cup of tea. But like my dad would always use like this one like lady's birthday cup for his tea, despite me buying mug after mug. And then my mom uses the dad mugs. Like my mom, if I were to go to my house right now, she'd be drinking like a fuck ton of like hot chocolate or whatever out of a number one dad mug, because my dad's like, there's just too much. It's too much mug. Like he needs like, he likes like this much tea, and those party mugs would like have the perfect amount for him. They're so funny.
They're so real. I love parents so much. They're so silly.
I love them. Yeah. Other things I want. There's some like Dior glasses frames that I've been eyeing on Depop because I'm trying to have like my skinny glasses, like nerdcore girl era. So yeah, I want those. Low key, I would love some socks. I have a fuck ton of ankle socks. Every time my mom
Yeah.
sees me, she gives me like a pack from Costco. She's like, I got these for you. So I just have a fuck ton of those, but I need some like longer like socks, for winter time. And I'm like, dang. I'm such a 24-year-old ass bitch. I'm like, yeah, I actually would love like some socks. That'd actually be really nice. I want that like stud bead bag. I don't know if I feel like I talk about it all the time, but I want one. There's one with like people swimming and it's like blue and it's like very, I don't know, it's just very fola core.
I didn't see that one.
And I want one.
They're
I'll send you a picture
cute.
of it. They're also cute. I just like also stud like is going to get so much of my money in the next calendar year. I love all their bags. I have one and it's black and it's super cute. And I'm like, I need to like grow my collection. Also, I just feel like I don't know. I kind of just want to, like Olivia Joan on TikTok. Like, I want my spawn to be able to be like, my grandma had the best bag collection. Like, these are her bags. And like, I'm like, yeah. So yeah, that's me. What about you, Maya?
Side note, when is Star going to build that relationship with us?
Real.
Let's jot that down.
Let's call him. Let's put it on the manifestation vision board.
Should we do a joint manifestation Pinterest board?
Fuck yes. Oh my god.
I will put it together after we off. Oh my god, yes. Okay, so here's my list. So I am asking for the S Rhythm over ear headphones. They're like another pair of headphones that the bad bitches have that aren't the AirPod Pro fucking Maxes, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And I originally wanted the silver ones, but they're sold out pretty much everywhere. So I think I'm going to get the black ones. I'm hoping someone will come through and scoop it off my Christmas list. I do collect vinyls, me and every other autistic girl on the planet, which I have like 3 other autistic girlfriends who also collect vinyls. Like we go together. So this year I asked for Tidal by Fiona Apple and Come Away With Me by Norah Jones, because those are both 2 of my favorite albums. I needed a new standing mirror to put on my vanity. Like I have a vanity mirror, but I also like a smaller one so I can like get up close and stuff. And I haven't gotten a new one in like a million years and I'm ready to upgrade. So I'm going to do that. I'm getting the Revlon hot brush because I have been wanting a blow dryer brush for a long time. I'm ready to pull the trigger and get a little hot brush moment. For a while, I was just using a blow dryer and like trying to brush it or trying to use a comb. And I was like, bitch, you can make your life so much easier.
Yeah,
and shout out to TikTok for that.
Yeah, no, like, the Black Girls, I got a fucking Revlon blow dryer brush for like the 2 days a week that my hair's not in braids.
And like, it's going to make my life so much easier. And I am trying to, my hair in general, I think I'll be more compelled to take better care of it if it's easier to blow dry it after washing it, because I think that's one of my main deterrents. I also want the Topicals under eye mask. I've been wanting them for a while, and I do really want We're Not Really Strangers because I've been playing it around, I guess. Like I played it a couple times, and I'm a Cancer rising and Venus, so I do really need my own set, I think. Yeah.
What's the best Christmas gift you've ever received? And what's the worst one?
Okay, in the last years, I've definitely gotten so many wonderful gifts because my friends and family are really great at it. But my brain is dog food from getting emotionally abused. I don't know what to tell you guys. Sorry. So best that are coming to mind, there was one year when I was like 4 or 5 and my parents got me the Barbie dream house, and it was like the pink and the lavender and pink one. And it had like had like a cone shaped peak on it on one part, and it had a little knob on top so you could like turn the knob and bring up the elevator.
Yes, oh my god, yeah.
I was gassed. And there was another year where Vanessa, who was my aunt's best friend when they were younger, she lived with us for a while, and she bought me like this Disney princess vanity when I was like 6 or 7.
Oh my god.
And it just like lived in our living room because we had too much stuff. Me and Melissa had too much stuff in our room. And it was just so cute. It had a little stool and shit. I was like, yes.
That's too cute.
Vanessa was so mother. She's so queenie. And yeah, that's what's coming to mind as far as my best. Worst, I got this god awful sweater from my mom's husband's mother who spawned him into this earth. It was like beige and thick and like woolly. And I don't know if maybe I was looking at it the wrong way, but it had a lace up part, like right at like the decolletage, if you will. But it also had a turtleneck, and I think it was ribbed. I don't know. There was just way too much going on. I like hid it in my closet, and then when it was like, you know, when it was a good time for me to throw it away, it got chucked out first. My grandma, who is very shady and a Gemini, my queen. I had one year where I was just really struggling with my hair. I was having like black girl teenage angst, and also just I was dealing with so much that my hair was not a priority, and it felt like another thing that I had to do. I didn't really care, so I would get blowouts, and I would just like throw my hair into a ponytail all the time. Like it just wasn't super concerned. I was like, it's functional, whatever. I think it looks fine. Why did my grandma buy me a set with a mirror, a brush, and combs in it one year? And she was like, so you can do your hair. Mind you, she and her daughter, my mother, were on my head all that year about me not taking care of my hair, blah, 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 Both of them bitches had perms since before the crack epidemic. So it's like, I know you're not talking to me about taking care of my hair. Because I never went on the cream crack. Okay?
Yeah, my hair would be longer if my mom didn't relax my hair when I was a kid, so.
Oh, also, my mom made me cut my hair. Why would she do that?
Oh my God.
We live in the patriarchy. Black and brown moms love you to have long hair. Right. Why would they make you cut it? Like
sick and twisted.
Fola, what are your best Christmas gifts you received, worst Christmas gifts you've received?
Okay. One of my best is also Barbie related. So I don't know if it's just like being a cunty girl, like, you know, serving. I literally can't remember if it was given to my sister or me, but it's like we have one of those relationships where like what's hers is mine and what's mine is mine. So it was like this Barbie like outfit maker thing, and you had like a dress, and it was like you like put glue or something on it, like this adhesive on it, and then you put it in a little tube, and there was like glitter in it, and you'd shake it, and then it'd come out, and it was like a new dress. And I remember seeing that on Christmas morning and gagging. It was like hold the fuck on. So it was just like, I don't know, it was super cool. Yeah, I don't know, I just really loved it, and I was so happy that Christmas. I think that was like the first Christmas that we like lived in our house. So it was just a lot of memes. Yeah. And then also, you know, I'm Nigerian. I have aunts. They were definitely giving the girls a purse or a perfume moment, or like, you know, a little bath set. Like I loved those down. And then also I had Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games gifted to me Christmas of like 2009, because it was for the 2010 Vancouver Winter Olympics.
Stop. Please.
And like, I don't know, I was like an ice skating champion down. I was fucking bobsledding. You couldn't tell me shit about it. Like I was eating. Yeah, I just really loved. Me and my DS went together real bad.
I miss the DS. Maybe I should buy one.
Bro, I have a Switch, but it doesn't hit the same. There's something about, I used to have my DS and like I'd get angry and I'd like flick it a little bit, so like the screen would like be like fuck, like oh my God.
Oh my God. Honestly, let me hit up eBay.
Yeah, no, for real.
Also, I had like a full, because I remember at one point when I got the DS, my dad also got me like the case to carry the DS and all the little games. The little games in. And first off, they were just loose, like bury me loose, just rattling around in the Nintendo DS case. And I'm pretty sure I like passed that off to my sister at one point, but I have no idea where it went. Definitely. And now I'm sick to my stomach, because if I did want to go buy a DS, I would love to just go pick up the games. And now I don't know where they are. Like that's going to be my Roman Empire, I think.
I have a Switch. It's pretty fun. I'm planning on getting Pokemon for myself at some point in the next few months. So watch this space. And then the worst. We had a family friend who's like, he like owned like a pharmacy and their house was like really nice and they're like divorced now, which is crazy. But every year they would give us like $100 gift card somewhere. And so when I was younger, like, and it was crazy, I got $100 gift card to Charlotte Russe and I was like 11 and
That's like
I just remember
$1,000.
exactly. And it was like, but I was 11. So I also
Mhm.
didn't give a fuck about like fashion or
Yeah.
like anything at that time. So I just feel like I wasted it on bullshit. But this
Mhm.
is not the worst gift. The worst gift was one year they were like, instead of giving us $100 gift cards to like actual stores, they gave all five of us $100 gift cards to like Disney's Cirque du Soleil.
Not all five of you. Also, like, wouldn't that be something you just buy the ticket for? Why would you give me a gift card to an experience when you could buy me the...
Like, so I guess so we could have like our own autonomy over like where, like when we went. But it was like,
But
it wasn't
weren't
even
you
like
guys
at
kids in a family?
No, like because they gave they gave a gift card to my parents too. They gave one to my mom and dad. But yeah, it was crazy.
Did they like buy them from someone on the side of the road or some
know.
shit?
I don't know. I
Like-
feel like it was one of those things where like they would just get like a fuck ton of gift cards and they would just toss them out. It wasn't even in like Disney World proper, like it was at downtown Disney. So but we went to the Cirque du Soleil thing. The gift cards, I don't remember what happened with them, but like we had an issue with like getting them to work. And it was crazy. And like we literally drove an hour to Orlando to like come to watch this fucking Cirque du Soleil thing. We managed to get it tickets or whatever, we got in, and my little brother was really young then, and so he was like terrified of like the clowns because they would do like an act like the trapeze or whatever the fuck, and then they would have like these like little clowns like come out and tell jokes like in between each act, and my brother was like petrified, so he was just scream crying. So my mom just had to like keep taking him out to like the bathroom, and it was just like really annoying and not really all that fun, and it was like such a long day, and like I don't really remember the details of it because I just was like, this sucks. And I don't know, I was like, why not just give us fucking gift cards to like, I don't know, something normal. And then I was asking my friends and they did not give them gift cards to Cirque du Soleil. It was just my family. So I was like, what was this for? What was the punishment? What were you punishing us for? But yeah, that family doesn't like, the parents are divorced and like they still have a really nice house. They had an amazing pool. We used to play like water benders in the pool and like H2O mermaids. Amazing. Yeah. But yeah, that's me. We love a gift.
Damn, Disney Cirque du Soleil is just so fucking specific.
It's
Like-
crazy. And it's like you cannot adjust. You cannot say, oh, I want to, we can go to like a fucking dinner at Disney. Like, no, you have to go see Disney Cirque du Soleil only. But yeah, now I'm like, well, when I get older and I gift people things, I'm never going to be like, here's a fucking gift card to fucking Disney, downtown Disney, a show there.
Disney Cirque du Soleil sounds like the Disney equivalent of like Shen Yun. Like that's what.
Imagine getting a gift card to Shen Yun.
That's a gift you get someone you really don't like.
Pre-communist
Like-
China, baby. China before communism.
Honestly, I know a couple people that can use a Shen Yun gift card. Let me go log onto their website later.
Bro, I think it was like very recently, not recently, but like in the past few years that I like actually found out what Shen Yun was about. Cause I would just I'd see the billboards and I'd be like, what the fuck? But yeah, then I was like, oh, it's like anti-communist propaganda. And they just come through it and they just like do it like every year for like several months at a time. I love that for them though. We love a marketing push.
Period. Fola, what would you gift the girlies of the pod since we're talking about gifts?
Yeah. I thought about this very quickly. I would say lip glosses of several colors and flavors. I personally
Hmm.
love lip gloss. I love a
Hmm.
tasty lip gloss. I've just been a very like gift lip gloss girl. And I think, if I did have an advent calendar, like I would love to just like pop open a new like a lip gloss every day and like maybe like a lip scrub, a
Yeah,
balm, you know, just like different lip things. That would be really cute.
right.
I also said weed. I also said a weed advent calendar. Like each day you get like a nug
Hmm.
and it's like a different strain or something. I don't know. I think that'd be really wonderful. And yeah, Seth Rogen, hit me up or whoever makes like weed products. I have an idea for you. Um, Candles. I'm just a big candle girl. I love a candle. I like will use a candle and then melt whatever is like left in the container and then turn
Yeah.
those into wax melts. Cause
Mm,
I'm like, yeah, we're gonna use the whole thing. So yeah, I love a
yes.
candle. I would like do little candles for the girlies who listen to the pods. And I was thinking little replica perfumes because I have like one of those little ones. Mind you, a replica perfume of this size is $60, which is insane, but or 80. I don't know, but it was a lot. But I would totally love to just like I would love to just hand those out. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know, it's too cute.
Do you have some favorite replica scent or scents?
I'm a big Lazy Sunday girl.
I love that one.
It's so good. I've also been interested in like I think it's like the Under the Lemon Trees. I love a like fruity, citrusy, fresh scent. Like that's
Yeah,
very much my vibe.
amazing.
Yeah.
I meant to tell you earlier, I went to dermatologist in like Lenox Hill, Midtown East-ish, and there's a big ass Sephora over there, and I definitely spent 30 minutes just testing out all the perfumes there.
Oh, you're so real.
Just, I think I'm gonna get my perfume bag next year.
I love perfume. My mom and I are big perfume gals.
Mhm.
Like she comes to my room and like steals my perfume and she's like, "Why'd you take all your good perfume to New York?" I'm like, You want me to leave all the good ones that I like here in the place I
Right.
don't fucking live? Please get serious." But yeah, like I was thinking about it like when I was a kid, I would like, the like Avon like catalogs. Did you ever
Yeah.
get those? I
Oh,
would
of course.
I would read those like down. Like I'd be in there like circling things that I
Yeah.
wanted and I'd smell the little scratch and sniff like pages and I was like, how did I go so long not realizing I was a Taurus rising? Because all of the things that like I describe in my childhood
Yeah.
are very spot
Yeah.
on. But yeah. Yeah. What about you, Maya? What would you get the gals, the
What do you get
pals?
the girlies of the pod? Okay, so the Topicals just dropped their lip balm. It's called the Slick Mouth Lip Salve. It's like a mint glossy lip balm. I'm being bombarded with so much marketing about it because I'm obviously in their target audience, but I'm also hearing really good things about it. So I would definitely give the girlies that because we are all women of good taste, and
Yeah.
I'm very much a lip product kind of girl. I'm not gonna have dry lips. I'm not gonna let the girls have dry lips. So
Never.
yeah, I'm gonna say the Aritzia boyfriend hoodie. That's really comfortable. I have one. I love it so much. It's cozy. Like they did kind of snap on that. The UGG coquette slipper, I got myself a pair 5 years ago as a Christmas gift. I'm literally wearing them right now. And definitely the best slipper I've ever had in my life. It's like nice and cozy and warm and just something about having an UGG slipper is just so cunt.
Mm.
Like they really are that girl. 5 years of free therapy because if I need it, y'all definitely need it. Like I'm really obsessed with the brown butter chocolate chip cookies from Whole Foods, but I would put them in a cute tin because I'm classy like that.
Yeah.
And a Joe Malone perfume of your choosing because I'm a big Joe Malone girl.
I don't think I've ever had like a Joe Malone moment. I need to like swing around there.
Yeah, you definitely should. My first like big girl perfume that I got when I had my adult job was Joe Malone. I went to Saks Fifth Avenue perfume counter, which we need to make a Saks Fifth Avenue trip,
Real,
which
yeah.
I think we should fit it into our American Girl Catholicism Day because it is right there. So we can just go boom, bam,
Oh my God.
hit all of our houses of worship. And I literally went to the lady at the perfume counter at Saks. I was like, I want to smell like a expensive hotel.
Yeah.
And she pulled out wood sage and sea salt.
Ooh.
And then the boy that I nanny for, he is 7 years old and he's a Taurus stallion. And he smelled me one day and he was like, you smell like hotel pillows. And I was like, yeah.
That is so cute. Wait, no, oh my God, if we do Catholicism after my exam, I will buy something because I'm buying myself whatever the fuck I want. So.
And I will save some of my Christmas money so we can ball it together.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I need to become like a Whole Foods girl. I do love just like going to a store and walking around, but I like never go to Whole Foods because I'm kind of scared of it.
Yeah. And the one close to is like, I don't know, it's formatted really oddly. Just because I guess whoever at Whole Foods corporate, they just, anytime they see a building that's more than 1,000 square feet, they're like, in 2 floors, they're like, we can put a Whole Foods in here. And I'm like, no, the fuck you cannot.
Yeah.
Why am I bumping into all of the shelves? Like,
yeah, one of the closer ones is like Union Square. And I'm like, I don't like that.
Last section for the Christmas episode, because Christmas is obviously not just about gifts and spending time with your family and lights and hot chocolate. It's obviously about the birth of Jesus Christ.
Yes.
So,
Palestine.
Period. Yeah. Inshallah. Yeah. So we were discussing like how would we, if we were to do our own HBO Max adaptation of the Nativity story, what that would look like. And here are some thoughts. Fola, feel free to chime in if you disagree.
Totally.
Mark Ruffalo as Joseph.
He'd be such a good Joseph. Like the earnest, like, oh my God, wait, you had sex with God?
No way.
Oh my, and you're pregnant? Oh, that'd be fun.
Aubrey Plaza as Mary.
I can see it. I can see her in like the little. Yeah.
And Fola was saying that the angel Gabriel should obviously be gay because Gabriel. And the first person that I thought of was Jake Cornell from TikTok. I think he would eat down. I think he would really serve. He would be like, he would like pull up to Aubrey Plaza and he would be like, bitch, you're not gonna believe it.
I've got some news. I've got tea.
It's like, okay, so like the gag is you're gonna give birth to Jesus Christ. Like,
yeah, the Son of God. Yeah. And you're a virgin, right? Right?
She's a virgin who can't drive.
Yeah, I feel like we talked about like nativity story in like New York City, and I'm like, I just feel like what would like the stable that they like give birth in, like which train station would that be?
I was gonna say the stable would be a sublet that somebody left for like 3 days for the break.
And they like advertised it on Instagram. Joseph sees like a screenshot of a screenshot from like a friend of the person. He's like, I found a place. I found it.
He's like, oh my God, my friend Moss, who them are going home to Ohio and said we could sublet their room for the week.
I actually have a friend named Moss, and his sister's name is Juniper.
Oh, that eats.
They're like LA, Erewhon down. They have a dog named Button Willow. It's like they're just his parents are like writers from Los Angeles. I was thinking of other people that I would say should like play Joseph or Mary. I was just thinking like baby Jesus should just for some reason be like Ice Spice. You know who Ice Spice is? Ice Spice is like the little drummer boy.
Not that.
Like no, like that. Who are the shepherds? Who are like the guys who like come and bring gifts and shit?
The 3 wise men. I was thinking about that earlier, and it was just I was gonna say there's so many good options. Are there?
They should be Destiny's Child. DC3.
I was gonna say Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson could be one of them.
Ooh, yeah. I was talking about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson earlier. We were talking about Fast and Furious. And about how it like started out as street racing, and now there's like a car just like jumps out of a plane. and then like lands on the highway and starts driving.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
And Deezus and Mero. And they have to make up so that they can be in the movie.
No, yeah.
Ooh, what would the gifts be? Definitely Aesop soap if it's in New York.
I was like, frankincense and myrrh, like one of them, like something's got to be something from like West Elm. I would just say like a little, like a candle from like Anthropology, because like, the whole thing was like to make him smell good.
I feel like the last gift would be like a road lip tint.
Just like skincare.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be so fun. I'm like, are there any other characters in the Nativity? I can't think. I actually played the angel Gabriel in my pre-K Nativity, because initially I was just like a side character, and the girl who was playing Gabriel, she like was so scared. And so she like the rehearsals, like she was just like flopping, and I was like, I'll do it. Do not be afraid, Mary. And then they were like, oh, she ate that.
Do you have a picture?
I probably do. At home. I'll ask my mom to like look for it, but yeah, like I was, because I was like at a Lutheran like school back in the day, and yeah, like I was like, wow. So I came to Mary, and I was like, mind you, it's 4-year-olds. And I was like, Mary, do not be afraid. God has a plan for you. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And I had the angel wings, and oh my God.
Stop. That's
Don't
so
play with me.
Cute. Are you kidding?
Yeah. That was like my first big role.
So you're literally born to be a star.
Literally. After that, I played Clark of Lewis and Clark. In 4th grade, I was his understudy.
Oh my God. When I was in the 4th grade, so we have this curriculum, this like social studies curriculum, where in 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, whatever like historical thing you learned about that year, your entire grade had to put on a show about it. So in the 4th grade, it was the American Revolution. I think it's because my 4th grade teacher, who was a demon sent from hell, she one day at the beginning stages, like, because like we had to write the show, like the teacher had to write the show. So wow. She made all of us go home and write and like write a scene for the show or whatever. And my little 9-year-old ass ate it up, and then I brought it back to school, and she read it, and she was like, this is really funny. And I was like, I know. And she was like, did you write this yourself? And I was like, I did. And then she ran across the hall to her teacher bestie, and she was like, yo, look what this kid in my class just wrote for the show. And I could hear them laughing about it across the hall. And then when it came time to cast the show, they casted me. I'm not sure if it's because like they wanted me on stage or like they liked the writing that I did. I don't know. But they, for whatever reason, they made me John Hancock and John Adams.
Period. Signed your name twice on the declaration.
Period.
My 4th grade teacher was also a demon from hell. Her name was Miss Lehman, and we called her Lehman the Demon. And she had this horrible spiky hair, and she was a racist. She voted for John McCain because we were in 4th grade when Obama got elected, and we like watched the inauguration. They were like, you have to watch the inauguration, and she was like in the back like frowning, and she always had coffee breath. She was evil.
Oh, my sister had coffee breath too. She was also racist and like
what happens in 4th grade where the universe is like, you're gonna get a racist?
I wonder what she's up to. I'll Google her when we log off.
Okay.
Yeah. We're at the weekly brief.
Love it.
We love to see it. Fola, do you want to go first?
Sure. My one big hate is AI trends. I'm getting really sick of them. I'm getting really tired of seeing y'all go, AI did this thing. Yeah, because it's programmed to do things. Like, I don't know what you're expecting. First, everyone wanted those shitty ass yearbook pictures where the teeth, it gave you like 17 front teeth and it fucked up the hands. They looked awful. None of them actually looked like you. And also, like, everyone who's making yearbook pictures, you graduated high school and college several years ago. If you wanted yearbook pictures, you can simply go to the yearbook. That's the point of it. Maybe it's because I was on a yearbook staff. I ran that shit like the Navy. And I'm like, yeah, it's actually supposed to maintain all your memories, so you don't need to do fucking AI. And now they're like, I let AI expand my picture. Why? For what?
These people are so fucking stupid.
And like Nakia made a TikTok and I was like, she's spitting. Basically, I don't know if you saw like the like Kendall Jenner and like Snoop and like all these celebs, like Tom Brady, like all of them like sold their likeness to Meta and they're like, I'm your best friend. I'm your da 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 da. Someone with like a completely different name, and it's just like they're just like making shit up and using their voices and faces. But I'm like, they probably got so much fucking money to do that, to sell their likeness for like years and years and years. You're giving your shit to AI for free so you can participate in a TikTok trend. Get a fucking grip.
So you can see what the rest of the room that you see every day looks like. That you were
physically in. We're on a sidewalk. I made the AI expand the sidewalk.
I'm about to start crying because I can't. Why is everyone so fucking stupid?
Fucking sidewalk, like I don't know what to tell you. Like, I just keep seeing that and I'm like, I'm hitting not interested. So like clearly something's like trying to like push this, you know, and it was like maybe this time last year, like people were like, oh my God, I made like a cartoon drawing of me with AI. Like this Lisa Frank ass fucking drawing. And you're like, oh my God, AI did this. You're paying dollars for it. You're either paying for it or you're giving them your likeness for free so that they can train the AI on your face. What's not clicking? Like, you know, if AI was like, we'll give you like $1,000 for one singular picture, I'd be like, bet. But, you know, it's also like the whole like, post a picture of you when you like touching your nose like this when you were 5 years old. And like people are like, I gotta do that on my Instagram story. I'm like, you guys, you are the product. If you're getting a service for free, you're the product.
We live in one reality and everyone else lives in another one. Because these be the same people who are like, I'm not getting the vaccine, yada yada yada, but you're just gonna give up your face on the internet to AI.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna act like I'm against AI. I have the ChatGPT app on my phone. You know, I use that shit when
me and ChatGPT chat. One thing about it.
Right. Yeah. Like, why don't you use it to do something fucking useful and productive in your life? Why don't you go ask it to recommend you some books to read about the dangers of technology? Because you guys clearly don't understand what's at risk here.
I hate it so much. And then it's like, also, the pictures never are doing anything remarkable. They're never interesting. They're never super cute. I never see things done by AI and go, whoa, that's actually amazing. No.
Right.
It looks like shit. But anyway, but I was like, AI is going to recognize your faces. And then when they send drones to start killing people, you're going to go first because you want it to be like a fucking, whatchamacallit? I don't know. You want to do an Instagram challenge? Please be serious. Also, I didn't write this down, but like, I've just developed a hatred for like lipo stomachs. I texted Maya in the middle of the workday.
Yeah.
I was like, Drake shouldn't have gotten lipo. And I just was like, I just really hate it. Like, I don't know. I just, like, don't get lipo. Have a little fupa. Right. I don't know. Like, what happened to having fun? But yeah, that's me. And then my loves, I don't know. Have you seen The Gilded Age?
I haven't, but the shirts really like it, so maybe I'll tap it.
It is messy boots, but it's like, it's like, first of all, it's like New York City, like history. So there's like a random person. They're like the name of like a street. And you're like, oh my God. Yeah. Like Leonardo DiCaprio, like pointing at me. So it's really fun. And then it's like, oh my God. Like the big drama of the episode will be like, the cook made clam chowder instead of like blah 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 for the like just like oh my God, why would you make or they had lunch or something and then someone made soup for lunch and they were like, why are we eating soup for luncheon, because they call it luncheon, they're so fucking annoying, and they're like, why would you, and then there's just so much drama, like there's so much tea, like like, I'm not gonna spoil it, but there's like people find out that like their dad is like doing something here, and then it's just like it's a mess. It's so good though. It's so
That's
good.
crazy.
Yeah, and it's like pretty low stakes. It's like, oh my God, are we gonna get invited to tea by blah blah blah? But then it's like no stakes, and then it's like there's a black character and she's like fighting for her life. She has 16 jobs. She's like a journalist, and she's also like a secretary, and it's a mess. And like all
is she
of
Caribbean? Because that sounds very Caribbean.
I don't know.
16 jobs.
But she suffers. They just have her like suffering in Brooklyn, and then sometimes she comes to Manhattan, and she's like hanging out with Meryl Streep's daughter, because Meryl Streep's daughter is on the show. But it's like very little stakes. Morgan Spector's in it, and I just think he is such a lovely piece of man, and he's so hot in the show. Like he's super rich, like he's like a robber baron, and he just loves his wife. His wife is named Bertha, and he's just like Bertha, whatever. Like he builds her this big ass house on like Fifth Avenue, and I don't know, it's just amazing.
Back when men were men.
Bring back men who had monopolies.
Yeah.
Crazy, because he's doing like union busting this season. And people were like, I posted about it and I was like, he's so hot. And people were like, didn't you read US history? I'm like, he's pretend.
God. Right.
He's
like,
pretend.
Please be fucking serious.
And he's hot. And I mean, the unions are busted. So what the fuck am I supposed to do about it? Quick.
And it's a fucking TV show.
It's
like,
a TV show on
serious.
HBO. Please be serious.
Good
But yeah,
grief.
very little stakes. I think like I watch a lot of stressful TV. So I like that it's like kind of like a salve for my brain. It gives like Downton Abbey vibes, like just very like silly. Like there's some guy who like all he wants to do is just make clocks. It's like, yeah, go for it. There's a scene where they go to the movies and it's like very early like movies, and there's like a train, the train comes at them and they jump because they're like scared that the train
No, that's so fucking funny.
Yeah, it was hysterical.
I can't.
And the dresses I would say they're cunt, they have like very many hat moments. Like I think there's something in there for everybody. Historical geeks, people who just like drama. Yeah. I love it. My second love is Grown Woman by Beyonce. She released it finally as a song 10 years after 10 years after the self-titled album dropped. And it's like in the backlogs. It's like because it's the release date is December 13th, 2013.
I see. Okay.
This woman is so fucking annoying and mean. Grown Woman. I was listening to it because I feel like I only watched it like I've seen the video, and so I've like experienced it through the video, but I've never just like listened to the song in like my headphones. And wow, the production is insane. It's so good. And like just happy 10th birthday to the whole self-titled album in general. Happy birthday to Beyonce, literally changing the day of the week that songs come out, shifting the Billboard calendar by several days. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, like people try to compare their fave to Beyonce, and I'm like, no, you don't understand. This woman is the reason why album releases happen the way they do now. It's her. It's her. Like your fave will never be that girl. I'm just gonna say that right now. She's never gonna restructure the entire music industry with one drop.
Never.
Please and thanks. So yeah, that's my loves. Okay, so in the spirit of this being our final episode of season 1, we decided to do some closing thoughts for 2023. So my closing thought, I just want to say this was a year of, I don't know, just trying to have fun in the midst of a lot of stuff. I think I usually don't like, I'll be like, I can't have fun because I have like X stressful thing to do. But like this year I've been like very concentrated and like focused on having fun and just trying to do things that I enjoy. And I think that I really did like fulfill that this year. So I'm really happy about that. And I think like I don't know. I hate going into New Year's and being like, I think it's gonna be a good year because last time I did that was 2020.
Bro.
But yeah, I just like this year was pretty okay, you know. The therapy like started working.
Mhm.
And like I don't know, it manifested like very physically, and then also like we're starting the pod, and like this is just a lot of like growth and a lot of like things that I wanted to do for a long time like finally happening, and I'm just like really happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
We'd love to see it.
shout out to 2023. Here's to 2024. Um yeah. What about you, Maya?
All right, so I did get my period this week, so I had a lot of like micro hates, but nothing that I felt was worth airtime except for people who like work themselves up on the internet, and not in a you liberals, blah 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 blah, everyone is so woke these days, blah 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 blah, but just like the things that I see people getting themselves upset about on the internet just really don't make sense to me. Cause like, I guess Culture Work did a video about like George Santos and like how like Z-Way should interview George Santos, blah, 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 which generally I feel like that critique is a little bit silly because people are like, she's giving him a platform. And it's like, he literally was in the government.
Right.
And he got kicked out. Like, you know, and someone in the comments is like, oh, like, I knew something was off about Z-Way. Like, I started side-eyeing her when I saw that she was best friends with Emily Ratajkowski. And I'm like,
Best friends.
yeah, they are. Like, they're good friends. But I'm like, I'm sorry, but like, what did Emily Ratajkowski do that
Right.
by being in association with her, that makes somebody worthy of a side eye? Like, okay, she's hot. She wants to also be known for like being a person that has like thoughts and feelings and stuff. Maybe she misses the mark a couple times, but I just don't think she did anything
Yeah.
that warrants that. Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
it's giving very much like, oh, pretty girl, let's hate on her. Because a lot of the hate that I'm seeing,
Yeah.
it's not rooted in critique. It's giving very much like misogyny. And there's a lot of talk about Abbott Elementary right now because
Oh yeah.
Lisa Ann Walter was like being weird about Israel Palestine. Tyler James Williams signed that letter thanking Joe Biden for, you know, aiding in genocide essentially. And then also that clip circulating of Janelle James's stand up where she made like a really gross joke about her teenage son. And like, I'm seeing people on Twitter who are like, yeah, like, I don't think I can watch Abbott Elementary anymore because there's two Zionists on the show and the networks are owned by Disney. And I'm like, I'm sorry, like, do you guys like not have journals to write in? Do you guys not have friends to talk to? Because it's like people just are just so desperate for reasons to go against things that people outwardly love and enjoy.
Right.
And just, it's a TV show.
And the girls have had it out for Abbott.
They have.
You remember
They
when it first
have.
came out, there were like teachers being like, this is not representative of the teaching experience. It was like, oh, well, maybe it's not supposed to be representative of every fucking teaching experience. Maybe it's supposed to be representative of one very specific one.
Right.
When I say like, oh, I don't like X, people will be like, what is like the reasoning? Like, give me like a 3-point like thesis statement on why you don't like this thing. And I'm like, I didn't like it. Like, I posted about like thinking that like Greta Gerwig and Sofia Coppola movies are mid, and people were like, I said I liked Barbie. People were like, Barbie's the worst movie she's ever made. I'd rather watch a heartfelt movie. They were talking about Lady Bird. They were like, I'd rather watch a well-acted, heartfelt movie than a 2-hour car commercial. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, Barbie was pink and fun, and the soundtrack was cute. Could Lady Bird do, oh, Barbie, you're so fun, you blow my mind, never seen it, put it into speed drive? No, so shut the fuck up.
Because literally, like, just...
It's just very frustrating.
Lady Bird so fucking much. Literally, what is remarkable about that movie? Please. Quickly. Yeah, I think people just, like, are eager to, like, get their nervous systems, like, you know, all, like, triggered and stuff. You know,
Like,
like
go to
they need
Tumblr.
that.
Do that shit on Tumblr like the rest of us did. If you want to write a paragraph, Tumblr, literally, you can write several paragraphs. You actually have endless amount of space to talk about whatever the fuck you want.
You also can do that in a journal. And also, let's maybe ask ourselves why we need to activate our nervous systems like that so frequently.
It's
Because that's
crazy.
not good for your body, mama.
Like, maybe stand up and like stretch, touch your toes every once in a while.
Do some deep breathing and some reflection.
Some hip openers. I love a hip opener.
No, for real. My loves this week. Poor Things. I saw that last week. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. All I knew was Emma Stone looked like Lord. Apparently, Mark Ruffalo was going to be in it. And, you know, I would go to the opening of Envelope Syndrome. So when the girls said they wanted to go, I was like, we'll go. And then we ended up refunding our tickets for Friday to get tickets for Saturday because they were doing a live Q&A with Willem Dafoe, Mark Ruffalo, and Rami Youssef. And that movie is so fucking crazy, but it was so fucking good.
I'm so excited.
You're gonna have so much fun. Like, I might have to see it again. It's so fucking fun. Christopher Abbott from Girls is in it. Like,
oh my god.
Excellent work.
Have you seen like other Yorgos Lanthimos movies? Like the guy who made Poor Things, he made The Favorite and he made Killing of a Sacred Deer. Like, he just makes a weird fucking movie. And I love it. I love his, like, he's very unsettling, and yeah, so I'm really excited to see it.
Yeah, I'm so excited for you to see it. Last weekend, something in my spirit was like, you should mix Arizona green tea with peach soju, and I fear that's going to be my new drink combo for the foreseeable future, because it was just like lightly sweet, but it was very flavorful and it felt very crisp. I can see myself drinking it on a lawn in Central Park come summer.
That sounds so good.
It was delicious, bro.
I love soju.
I did that and I was like, yo, I really cooked here.
Yeah.
I really cooked here. Move over, Carmi. Because there's a new big dog in town, okay? My last love. Okay, so my coworker bestie, I sent her this TikTok a couple months ago that was like, it was like the girl who always wears too many bracelets but always smells good, and it's like a girl with like long acrylic nails. She's like jingling and she's like moving her hands around so the bracelets jingle. And I was like, oh my god, this is literally you. And she was like, oh my god, I need to get more bracelets so I can be more jingly. And then I've been wearing more bracelets. Like, I'd historically been like a bracelet stack kind of girl, and I like lost and broke a bunch, and then I finally re-upped my stack, and I was like, wait, as a black girl, as a black Caribbean girl, as an Indian girl, like, it's literally my destiny to be dripped in jewelry all the time. Like that, like that is what God put me on this earth to do. And I just feel so much more at home, and I just feel like so much more me when I'm jingling around. I did take one of them off so I wouldn't jingle into the podcast mic, but I love things. I love a bobble, you know. Closing thoughts for the year. This year was so rough, but the highs were really, really high. And I'm very lucky that I have like the tools and the support system now that when I do have low moments, that I know that I can bounce back from them, even though when I'm in them, it doesn't often feel that way. And I did ultimately have a really good time this year. And that's really important. And like, just, I think a lot of important things happen, and I am just becoming more and more the person that I think I was always meant to be. And I've definitely felt that way. Like, something around my birthday really like switched this year. And just ever since then, I'm like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm with the people that I'm supposed to be with. I'm doing inner work that feels really great. And I just feel really connected to like my inner self. So yeah, I'm really excited for 2024. I'm definitely like a mid-December resolutions girl. Like, I am already like starting on them and working on them, and I already finished my list. And I'm really excited to see what 2024 has in store. Par moi, season finale.
Thanks for riding with us for an entire season. If
you listen to all the episodes, you essentially listen to us for like a whole day.
It's crazy.
If you think about it. Yeah, so we hope you guys have a great holiday.
Yeah.
Enjoy your time off. And we'll see you See you next year.
Yeah, we've got some big things cooking for
Yeah.
2024. Very
Watch the
exciting
space.
things happening over here at
Yeah.
Maya and Fola take over the world. A little more world
Yeah.
domination, if you ask me.
Uh-huh.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. All right.
Peace out.
Bye.